Hello, I am Gavin. I am 13, living in New York. Um, this is probably my first video, probably for this channel at least. Made a few videos to upload to my Tumblr for thanking your followers, shit like that. No language. I decided why not contribute my 2 cents, even though probably no one cares. Because I'm gay. And everyone's all like, oh, you can't be gay, you're only 13. Well, a lot of people actually figure it out at 13, that they keep it internalized because they're afraid of rejection. And for me, coming out wasn't hard. Everything that followed was. It's easy to say, for me it was easy to say, I'm gay. But it was harder to say how I figured that out. It was harder to say, harder to face the day knowing that some people would not accept me, that some of my friends would not talk to me, some of my friends would not understand what being gay really means. It's not like I want to sleep with every guy I meet. Well, I'm only 13, I haven't slept with any guy before, girl. Well, my 2 cents to the whole homophobia thing is that I hate that word, homophobia. Because phobia presents a fear. And homophobia isn't a fear of the gay people. It's a hatred. It should, like, pedophilia. Pedo meaning children, philia meaning love. You're a lover of children. Just not in a good way. Like hemophilia, the blood disorder. If you bleed a lot, they used to think that it was a love of blood, that you can't stop bleeding. Hemo being blood, philia being... And then hemophobia would be fear of blood, like hemo being blood, phobia being fear, from the Greek god Phobos. But you aren't here for a psychological lesson. You're here, don't know why you're here, but you're here for my 2 cents. And I haven't really given you my 2 cents. People say that being gay is a sin, that because God said it's not normal. God also said I could sell my 13-year-old daughter into slavery. And snakes can talk, and that, also in the Bible there is people sleeping with goats. That's where sodomy comes from. The word sodomy. That's really disgusting. Sleeping with goats. That sounds like a band, Sleeping with Sirens. No. If I ever form a band, it's going to be called Sleeping with Goats. No, it's really not. So, you can tell I'm not giving much of a fuck. Language, oops. Not giving much. People think that I don't care what people think about me, but really, it catches up with you. A few days ago, I was sitting in math class, and because I like to listen to everyone, just because I'm judgmental. I'm a bitch. I'm a judgmental bitch like that. I like to listen to what everyone has to say. I was just doodling, probably Spider-Woman, because I'm a comic book nerd like that, as you could tell. So I was doodling Spider-Woman, and I hear, because I used to have a lot of curls, now kind of flat. So I heard this kid saying, he looks weird. And they were right next to me, because I sit in the back of the room next to the pencil sharpener, so whenever someone has to sharpen a pencil, I get to hear their interesting conversations. So I heard, he looks weird, and then that really triggered me to start listening to what people have to say. It started with, "He looks weird after winter break," and then I was spacing out, and I was looking at the board, and I have to look through two guys who I do not like to look at the board, and then they were both whispering because they're not intelligent people. They are not accepting people, I should say. I heard them snickering and whispering to each other, and then they looked at me, and that hurts. Just knowing that I'm sitting here not being accepted by my peers, my people would actually snicker and laugh and sneer at me just because I'm gay. Like, yeah, I'm rude. Not going to lie, I'm a rude, self-loathing bitch. I was Dom, the sassy gay friend, because pretty much I would sass everyone who I didn't like, I liked, I didn't have an opinion on, whatever. But then I found it was growing difficult to just turn the other cheek. It's harder to turn the other cheek when it's right in your face, until you find your hand on a razor ready to not only hurt yourself, but maybe even end yourself. My stupid decisions aside, that's my 2 cents. My 2 cents is being gay is not a sin. Because the passage from the Bible is, "A man shall not lay with another man." Meaning, because I'm a pedantic little narcissist. Meaning, you shall not treat a man the same way you should treat a woman. And that's a weird statement in itself, because obviously women should be treated just as fairly as men. That's a whole nother rant. But that's what it meant. It means that because women were so viewed as a lower form of creatures, that they should, you can't treat another man like that. It didn't mean that you can't like another guy. It doesn't mean you can't shove your penis up his butt until you both ejaculate. It didn't mean that. I have quite a mouth. That's why I make videos when no one's home. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents. Being gay is not a sin. You're not alone. That was my biggest misdecision. That's not a word. My biggest flaw in my plan of self-exploration. It was that the little devil on my right shoulder, left, actually, it's usually left, it said not to drag other people into your corner. Ironically, it's left because loser. That was what I thought I was. It really rained on my self-esteem parade. People say, "Oh, you don't look gay," or "Oh, you don't look like you have an anxiety disorder." Sorry I didn't bring my stutter or my rainbow flag or another guy in my mouth. It's not, you can't really, I mean, like, yeah, there's the basic stereotype that you walk around with your chest hanging out with a scarf and you're very metrosexual. Obviously, I'm the least metrosexual person I know. I'm wearing a Batman shirt and cupcake pajama bottoms. Yes, I'm a little effeminate, but that's what I am. That's who I am. So let's see what I've contributed to this little rant so far. Being gay is not a sin. You're not alone. The stereotypes that media presents about gay men are so wrong. There's my favorite YouTube blogger, one of my favorite YouTube bloggers, Davey Wavy. He really his videos are very crude, very out about being gay. I mean, he stands there in his boxers and talks about gay sex sometimes. And he was telling the story about it takes a real man to be a sissy in society where women are treated like shit, where gay men are treated like shit, and where gay women are only treated slightly better because straight men find it attractive to see two women have sex, which is also another suppressed rant. But another suppressed rant. Maybe I should just make a whole video diary series about my rants that I haven't told anyone. I'm not looking to become YouTube famous. I'm not looking for attention. I'm not looking for someone to feel bad for me. I feel bad for myself enough as it is. I don't need anyone to feel bad for me. I need... What was I saying? Right. Davey Wavy was telling the story about this boy who was my age when he told his parents he was gay. He was kicked out of his house at 13. So, yeah, I guess gay men are sissies because they can deal with being kicked out of their house, being neglected, being bruised, beaten, bullied, bashed. I guess that's what contributes to, the suicide rate. I'm contributing my 2 cents to the Trevor Project, to fuckhate.com, to anything, really, to know that you're not alone, because I thought I was alone. I knew that I wasn't a freak to nature, but I didn't know that people were there for me. I didn't know that other people, even my own friends, were questioning who they were. I mean, yeah, it's easier to just say, block everyone out and just internalize a problem. That's easy. But it's worse if you do that. If you externalize your problem, people know that you're having a problem. I'm not saying to just wallow in self-pity and be like, oh, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know my sexual orientation. Oh, feel bad for me. No, I'm saying you can't just internalize everything, because that's what happened with my anxiety, that's what happened with most of my emotions, that's what happened with my coming out. That's what made it so bad, because I internalized everything, and I didn't want to drag anyone into it. And when I finally came out, it was like, let's say my emotions were in a bottle. It's like someone just took that bottle and opened the lid slightly. I'm gay. Then closed it again. So my problems were still there. The guy I liked was still there. The homophobia is still perpetuated. The victims of gay bashings are still there. Even if you watch Glee, you could figure out that being gay is a pretty hard thing to have to deal with. Now, that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear yours. Just place it in the comment box. You could message me. No, you can't message me. This isn't Tumblr. Don't forget to just... You should visit the Trevor Project, which will be in the description, and fuckhate.com, which will also be in the description. You should check out Davey Wavy's blog, which will be in the description, I think. Probably. Should be. So, yeah, my 2 cents. Love to hear yours. For now, I'm Gavin. This has been a rant.